Hello and welcome to Football Talk, the football podcast with myself, Dave, and it's a very special Christmas episode, so we have a special guest. But first off, my normal co-host,
Joshua Call. Hello, Josh. I'm good, thank you.
and with us is it's a hat-trick game.
It is, it's
hat-trick
the awkward
podcast.
hat-trick, yep.
I was going to say ball, but we're not Soccer AM, and you've got a beer.
Yeah.
Hat-trick beer, that'll do.
Hey.
Introduce yourself.
It's me, Owain, again, to lower the tone.
Awesome.
Yeah. Ever the professional, right? How is everybody? Merry Christmas, one and all. How
And
are you
to
all?
you. Very well, you?
Bloody brilliant. Yes.
Swearing.
Yeah.
Good
Sorry.
Christmas.
It was a decent Christmas, yeah.
Yeah.
Ate a lot of food. I mean, example, this morning I had for breakfast leftover roast dinner.
Yeah.
For brunch, I had leftover Chinese, which I had on Christmas Eve, from Christmas Eve, and for lunch, I had Yule log. So
Nice.
staples.
I'm
Yeah.
impressed you've had 3 meals
Yeah.
before midday.
Me
pretty
too.
Much,
Yeah.
Before 1.
I've just eaten Reese's Pieces this morning. That's all I've eaten.
Oh, nice.
Not a big fan.
I love
It's
Reese's
the danger I don't like. You
Oh.
might get something you don't like.
That's not Reese's Pieces.
No,
really,
you're thinking
yeah.
of
That's
Rebels. You're thinking of Rebels, mate. Reese's Pieces are just the same. They're just peanut butter and chocolate.
Oh, it's a smooth peanut butter. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a little bit diarrhea-y.
Oh, lovely. Is that the risk you
I
rode
mean-
off?
Mm.
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
Really don't agree with my stomach.
I've just eaten so many sausage rolls.
Yeah.
Like, that's all I've eaten pretty much over
Do you know,
Christmas.
yet to have
Do you
a
get them
sausage
in?
roll?
Do you get them in Singapore?
Not
Sausage
really,
rolls?
no.
Yeah. Just
Not
gorging
proper
yourself.
sausages.
Are you
get,
going
like,
to
chicken
take?
rolls.
You're going to take them back?
Yes.
Yeah, good.
Yes, I am.
You should sell them. You might become
Black
incredibly
market.
famous. Yeah.
The black market in Asia. Sausage roll. But yeah, jet lags. To answer your earlier question of how am I doing? Yeah, jet lag.
Oh, jet
I'm
lag.
doing all
I
right,
thought you
yeah.
said Jack lad.
Jet lag,
Yeah,
yeah.
Jack my lad. Yeah. It's good though. Good Christmas so far.
Lovely.
Good Christmas.
Did you get anything football related for Christmas?
I did. I got one football related present.
Yeah.
It was the
football.
#United book.
Oh, by
By
Spencer FC.
Yeah. What's his actual name? Spencer
Owain.
Owen. Yeah. Yeah, Spencer FC. So it's all about how he set it all up and how he got them to, I don't know, be a semi-professional club. I'll give it a read. I'll give a review in a couple of years. That's probably how long it takes me to read.
So your
them.
speed of reading.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. If
He's
it's
still learning, to be
Still
fair.
learning, yeah. I've got those big books.
Audio books, you need.
Yeah.
Audio books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what about you guys? Anything?
I got a book which sort of chronicles the hilarious things that football commentators say, or football related people say in general. So you've got classic commentator gaffes like Michael Owen, he's got the legs of a salmon. And Ron Atkinson's great one. Oh, the ball, it was rising and dipping at the same time.
Is there the one from Josh Coolner saying Michael Ballsack? Is that in there?
It's like going to get a constant
Oh,
mention now.
yeah, it is, yeah. So our most listened to episode on
Yeah.
YouTube, Ballsack.
Just because it says ball
Ballsack.
sack.
That's
Yeah,
the
a lot of
yeah.
people intentionally listen to that because they search ballsack. And it came up.
Yeah.
They want to see videos of ballsacks, but
Yeah.
just me.
Football and Ballsack. Honestly,
Yeah.
yeah. But what about you, Josh? What was your anything football related?
No, nothing football related.
So what was your best present?
Best present. Oh, helicopter flying lessons.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I did not expect that to come
Yeah,
out.
that's come out of nowhere.
Whoa.
Well, it's kind of it was like one of those Virgin Day gifts. So it's for like a day. You do 3 different things. You observe, you navigate, and then you learn to fly a helicopter. So
Wow.
yeah, that should be interesting. Don't imagine I'm going to be too great, but
Yeah.
as long as I can hover it, yeah.
Yeah.
But football related, previously when I was younger, I got a football related gift which lives long in the memory because it was it was a full kit. It was a full Spurs goalkeeper's
Full kit
kit.
wanker.
Yeah, full kit wanker. But I didn't realise that. The first gift was some socks. And I was like, ooh, socks! And I went to try it on and came back downstairs. I didn't want to get my legs out in front of people.
Hang on, you went upstairs
Upstairs to
put
get dressed.
Socks
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
Yeah. No one should see my toes.
But I live in a Victorian era house, yeah. And then I got shorts, again, went upstairs to preserve my decency and put the shorts on. And my parents were like, no, stay down here, there might be more. Like, And then finally got the shirt and again went upstairs to hide my sexy body. And so I went 3 trips upstairs to try to put my kit on and then eventually looked like Espen Bardson. So,
Nice.
Wow.
Nice.
yeah.
I mean, my parents would have done the same thing. I remember getting
I had to go upstairs to get changed.
No, I didn't have to go upstairs because I
Your
wasn't
parents.
shamed by my parents
Yeah.
for getting my toes out. But yeah, a classic pair. Because I mean, we've bought this year for Daniel a West Ham United shirt and a child shirt. It's
Poor lad.
40 better than United. £40 for a shirt, which I just would think is absolutely ludicrous.
That is insane.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It's only because the adult shirts are 55, so it's what, £15 difference. It's madness.
Yeah.
So I can see why a whole kit must cost tons.
My nephew, my parents bought him full Liverpool kit, unfortunately.
Ooh.
Yeah, well, my brother in it.
Yeah.
It's bad influence.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was well happy. Like, I can remember being happy about getting a shirt and all that, but I never being that happy. Like the whole kit, and you got a ball and gloves and.
When are you too old to own a full kit?
Over
12.
the age of
12?
I think secondary school age.
Yeah.
Unless you're playing in it.
Yeah.
Unless,
Yeah,
it's the full,
yeah.
unless you play in it. Yeah, you're too old.
But still, like, say playing in it, say I'm playing like five-a-side and I rocked up in a full kit, I'd get a bit of stick, wouldn't I?
You'd get less stick. No, I don't think you.
Can we swear on this podcast?
Yeah, of course you
You're
can.
a bit called a full kit wanker.
Yeah, that. Yeah, you'd
By
get
members of the public that weren't even playing.
Yeah.
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 John Terry, but also,
Yeah.
don't see any problem here.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I would say 12.
Yeah,
I'd say 12, 13.
I think 13's
Yeah.
too old, but yeah.
Good to know.
Interesting.
Let's take that back.
I mean, it's been an eclectic start. We've covered quite a lot there. So
Christmas, tick.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, let us know in the comments what you guys got and did you
how
get enough?
old is too old to own a full kit?
Yeah.
And if,
John Terry's listening,
Yeah,
36.
definitely too old. And if any of you own a full kit and you're over the age of 12,
Full kit wanker.
yeah.
But please do listen more to
But
the
Merry
podcast.
Christmas. Hope you enjoy your gift.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we'll continue tradition. We'll go on to a quiz.
Quiz.
So
Ooh, Christmas
How's
quiz.
this working? Are we buzzing or are we
I
remembering for later?
you can buzz in. Don't look at the
Oh.
screen.
All right.
So we've had
Shout your name.
You
Shout your name
can't
as a
see
buzz.
this, but David and I are now
I'm gonna stare
face to
off,
face.
kissing.
Spaghetti Western style stare off.
We've
And then
had
they're kissing.
4 of the month awards. So manager, player, gold. Okay. We've had
Hang on,
the
what?
August, September,
Yes.
October, and November awards for the season so far. 'cause
Okay,
obviously
yeah.
halfway
yeah,
through the
okay.
Premier League season.
Yeah, so the months of
Yeah.
the award.
So we'll start with August. Can anyone remember the player, manager, and/or goal of the month that won for August?
I mean, this isn't a quiz, is it? This is.
Definitely is a quiz. A question's been asked. You need to provide the
This
answer.
is 4 questions in one.
So hang on, the goal scorer.
Manager, Pep Guardiola.
Incorrect.
Damn.
There's a funny trend with the managers.
Mourinho.
Incorrect.
Oh, damn it.
I thought, hang on, is this like in the office where Finchy gets the
Yeah,
answer right? But it's
yeah.
like it's the first
Just the
person to
first
shout
person to
out.
shout out. It's the first.
Yaz.
You're now going to have dead air time because you've asked
Yeah.
us 4 questions in one.
Right, okay, so what were the options?
Goal of the month.
Where
manager
are
of
we?
the month.
Goal of the month? No idea.
Player of the month.
Manager of the month? Pochettino.
No.
Okay. Player of the month?
Player of the month scored a couple against United and had a cracking start to the season.
Does he play for Tottenham?
He does.
Is it that little one? Lucas
Moura.
Correct. Lucas
We got
Moura.
there together. We got there
Yeah.
together. Half a point each.
No, I'm not having that. That's ridiculous. I got his first name. and
You were
called
going to
him
say Lucas
that,
Laver.
that little fella. That little fella.
That little fella.
plays for
That's what it is.
Tottenham.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah?
Or Lucas Torreira. I mean, any Lucases are often small.
Mm.
Yeah.
Lucas Biglia, small.
Lucas Perez. He's not tall for a striker.
No, not that tall for a striker.
Yeah.
Just give us a shout if you're named
Tangent.
Lucas and you're over 6 foot. Let us know.
Yeah. Yeah. Get involved. Right. Okay. So we've got player.
Yeah, managers. By the way, managers are all managers of mid-table clubs. So we have a Watford manager. This is really easy, isn't it?
David Gracia. Yeah. Did you get it in?
Oh, yeah. September was a Wolves manager.
Nuno Spirits.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
October was a South Coast manager. I'll make it harder.
Ooh.
South
It's not
Coast.
going to be Mark Hughes.
So it's therefore,
It's got to be Eddie Howe.
yeah. And November was a Northern manager.
It's not going to be Benitez.
It is
No, it's
Benitez.
Benitez, yeah.
So the managers have all been of clubs who kind of.
Not really.
And
been
we mentioned on a
spectacular.
previous podcast how Jose Mourinho had like 2 or 3 manager of the month awards, and he's won the Premier League.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not like that's the one award that seems to be given to.
I can't look
Owen's
at,
desperately trying not to look.
I
at
don't
the
want to
screen
cheat,
for the
so I
answer.
have to like.
So he's cupping
Yeah.
his face.
But I want to look at Josh while he's talking. It's rude.
Okay, right. So we'll go through. This is a really easy quiz, which I'm just going to not adhering to the normal rules. The environment has got away from me as quizmaster. Imagine if Magnus Magnuson was like this on Mastermind.
Well,
Go.
Magnus Magnuson wouldn't have put 3 siders away before he started recording.
Yeah.
True.
He also wouldn't ask 4 questions in one question.
Well,
Because he's a professional, Josh.
I backed the talents of my co-host, and evidently I was really wrong. Wasn't
Yeah.
I?
Dave's been out of
Right.
the country for a
All
long
right,
time.
goals. We'll go for goals now.
So the scorer,
Yep.
I mean, that's.
As opposed to what?
game.
Oh, what? The game which had the best goal. When's that ever been in the awards?
I don't know. Right now,
Yeah. Okay. Right. So this was Fulham versus Burnley in August. The new new central midfield signing from France.
Seri, Jean-Michel Seri.
Yes. Do you remember it?
No.
September's was a player who has never really reached the heady heights he's promised. He's played for a number of top clubs. He now plays for Liverpool. This was versus Chelsea.
So you're calling Liverpool not a top club?
No.
I like that.
But he's never really reached the heights. He's
should
played for top clubs, but he's never really reached for his heights. He's often been injured, striker.
Daniel Sturridge.
At Howitzer, where it kind of dips and swerved. And
the one that's rising and dipping at the same time.
Yeah, with his salmon legs.
Yeah, all right.
3rd October's was a Welsh midfielder scored versus Fulham. Little back heel.
Aaron Ramsey.
Aaron Ramsey. And the last one is a pick of the bunch. This is with the Asian Ronaldo. He tore past.
Son.
Yes. 2 minutes on
against who?
Chelsea, where he tore down the right.
He took on so many players. That was a really nice
he
goal,
just
actually.
out-accelerated Jorginho down the right-hand side and embarrassed him.
And he just keeps going, and you think someone's going to put a challenge in.
That's my favourite of the bunch, I'd say.
Well, because it's a Spurs player, but also you love a mazy dribble.
I do, yeah.
Absolutely love a
just
mazy dribble.
one strike, so don't really do it for me.
We were discussing Andros Townsend's goal, and you weren't.
You're not even that into it.
You were impressed, but you were like, it's not.
It's a belter.
And especially as you look at Townsend's back catalogue, or just his amount of shots he takes, like. He doesn't do this every time. It's not like, oh, brilliant, he's done it again. It's fantastic. It's like a lot of hit and hope. A lot of them get.
That's why they're so good when they go in.
But you can sometimes
it's so
you can
hard
tell,
to do it.
But you can tell, like, actually, when with like, I know that obviously it's not very comparable, but you get someone like Coutinho, who at Liverpool, every time he got the ball on the left-hand side of the area, you know, he's cutting in, he's putting it in the top corner. Yeah. He would do that over and over. Yeah. Whereas when Townsend scored, he looked the most surprised out of everyone that had gone in.
But that's coming out of the sky. He's in it on the.
I mean, it's
goal of the season.
It's my favourite type of goal, the absolute howitzer.
So that'll be the main goal of the month for December, no doubt.
I imagine. I can't imagine.
And out of those 5, you'd put that.
I'd put that as my best goal of the season.
Yeah,
that will live in my memory for the whole season.
It was just missing going in off the underside of the bar.
Yeah, you're burrowing it.
That would have made it better for me.
I don't know. I sometimes
is this like when you say the goalkeeper gets a touch to it and ruins the goal?
That does ruin the goal.
Ruins the aesthetics of a goal.
Yeah.
Oh, but when it just bends, when the gloves are slightly too big and it bends the top of them round. You just think,
stop trying to be a bigger boy. Get gloves that fit. Right? Yeah, I'm a size 11 shoe. So what? Very much like when someone impersonated Krusty the Clown and they found out because his
Bob. Oh yeah. His shoes are too small.
Yeah. Big.
This is a tangent.
This is a
just to finish the set. So September Player of the Month was a player who's been blown hot and cold this year. Fantastic player. Started off really well. Had a very kind of slow October, November,
Fellaini.
and now that's wrong. This is it's got a very big bottom. Lovely change of pace. Fantastic player. Linked with Real Madrid. Plays a false 9 now under his new manager.
Hazard.
Yes.
How do you know about Hazard's bottom?
Yeah, how's it? I wouldn't say he's got a big bottom.
Whoa.
Josh can show you some pictures.
Yeah. Look at this, guys. Yeah. Is it bigger than a bread bin?
Have it in my mouth.
Yeah. Listeners out there, back me up here. Eden Hazard has got a big bottom. Biggest, I'd say. Branislav Ivanovic.
He did have a big ass.
Didn't he?
Yeah, he did have a big ass. But have you got a scale on your computer? Have you
got
it goes up on the graph.
Top notch. Kim Kardashian. That's top notch one.
I didn't realise you played in the Premiership.
Yeah, well, my Premiership.
Why is he getting so laddie all of a sudden?
Because I've got a beer in my hand. Yeah.
Right.
October's was a man who's got a double-barreled first name. No? He's got a double-barreled first name.
I'm trying to think of anyone in the Premier League who's got a double-barreled first name.
Does John Joe Shelby still play there?
Who is it?
He's a striker. He scores goals. He's from. He's got Guinean or is it Guinean? Don't know. Signed from Dortmund.
Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Yeah, of course.
Has he got? I didn't know.
Yeah.
And November's was everybody's favourite
Fellaini.
tabloid hated.
Oh, Sterling.
Oh,
yeah.
So players covered him a lot in the podcast. Him and Jade. I'd say him and Sancho have probably been our 2 most commented play people in the podcast. Other than when Michael Ballack had a good half hour.
Yeah, a good half, but we didn't really cover much of his play.
Yeah,
but,
interesting. We get to see Sancho.
Oh,
Spurs v Dortmund. No, we were on TV.
Oh right, yes,
flying back to Asia.
Fourth minute, you were taking me on a trip somewhere. We're going to see Sancho. Merry Christmas.
Because he didn't get a football-related present.
Yeah.
You get to have a meet and greet with Jadon Sancho.
He does look a talent, though, doesn't he? I know you've talked about him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's just getting better and better. His goal he
You see
scored the other week.
that dribble?
He looked like he was just toying with defenders, and then for his goal, he just kind of almost took it too wide. But his finish was just across the goal.
It was unbelievable.
Just while we're talking about, because he's a young English lad, you guys read Football 365? Occasionally?
I'm aware of its existence.
Yeah. They're winners and losers from the Christmas, from the Boxing Day fixtures. They have a bit in there about Chadraoui played for Leicester.
Chadraoui,
and then finishes it with, it's amazing to see these young Englishmen come into a first team thing with such confidence, and it's like really good for the youth team setups in England and the St George's Academy and how well it's been going. I think it's just really good. I just like maybe look at with Sancho and like Chowdhury, or however you say his name, put in against Man City and Chelsea, didn't look out of place, played really well. It's just looks really good. I'm really excited with everything happening in the World Cup. And now seeing these youngsters,
and also in the Nations League,
and
and young English players still getting to obviously Gibbs White at Wolves, Oliver Skip at Spurs have come in.
You've got what's his name, Walker Peters as well.
Walker Peters. We'll talk about his treble assist later on.
Talk about his transfer to Man City.
We talk about his funny voice as well, because he's got a funny voice.
Has he got a funny voice?
Carl Walker's also got a funny voice. Actually.
Carl Walker's got a funny voice.
Yeah, but Walker's Peters got a funnier voice.
It's
sort of talks a bit like this.
No way.
Mike Tyson?
Yeah, it talks a bit like that way. Maybe a little bit higher pitched.
Well, there's no need for that.
He's very small as well.
He's very small. He's very skinny as well. He got when we played against West Ham in the League Cup. He was up against Miguel Antonio. Bit of a mismatch in strength there. He just kind of got barged around a bit.
Yeah,
he could have put in his pocket basically, but he's a talent. He just needs to bulk up a little bit and get a few more. I think he's had 3 Premier League appearances, been man of match in all 3.
Wow.
Yeah, we'll get on to the game.
We'll leave the quiz there. Probably one of the worst mismanaged quiz I've ever been a part of.
Blame the quizmaster.
Yeah, I blame the idiot that did the quiz.
The contenders can only do as well as the questions. Yeah.
So we'll move on to the reviews of the football. It's been a football feast. I may have
gorged
myself on fatty foods, but now...
now it's gorge yourself on goals.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Sky's new tagline for next year.
Not if I can help it.
Copyright Football Talk podcast.
Got to pay us £1 million.
There's no aim football.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. I've got us covered, boys.
Right, first game then.
Fulham versus Wolverhampton Wanderers.
It was so unlucky for Fulham, wasn't it?
It was.
It's just...
Which is... I don't like to laugh at other clubs. No, I do. I do. It's unfair. Fulham should be much better than they are.
Well, I think now they've got Ranieri and he's changing it. He's making them... He's made them more defensively solid, but taking away the goals at the other end. I mean, Mitrovic could have had 3 or 4
he should have done,
game,
shouldn't he?
I mean, he missed 7 really good chances.
Yeah, he was cleared off.
Really dried up for him, isn't it?
Cleared off the line. It has, and it's. I love Mitrovic. I really like him as a striker.
I'm never sure if he's any good.
I'll tell you this for he's not very. He's not Premier League level.
No, I don't think he is. The ones he missed, he should have scored. He doesn't have a left foot, which is why he didn't score. Because Patricio comes out and smothers it, but a player with a better left foot just slots that past him. Where he panicked. He looked like what I imagine it looks like when I kick the ball, except with my stronger foot. Like it just looked like he didn't really know what he was doing. He was just sort of swinging his leg at it, like that leg's just for standing on. Do you know what I mean?
But there's been plenty of strikers that have only 1 foot. I think he is Premiership quality. I just think he needs the right team, and I thought Fulham was that team. He started the season on fire. He really did, but Ranieri, as I said, has made them more defensively solid, which is what they need, and it's cut the service to him a little bit.
You've got to find that balance. It's like Liverpool last year, wasn't it? Liverpool last year, goals for fun, conceding goals. Now they've reined it in a little bit, scoring a bit less, but now only conceded 7 so far. It's just about finding that balance at the moment. They found it, and Fulham haven't quite yet.
And to be honest, when you're that end of the table, the balance should be more heavily focused on your defensive output.
Otherwise, you start the season like Fulham.
You really struggle.
Sessegnon bagging a goal. And again, the young English players. He's not done. I think everybody felt he'd do a lot better this season. Much like people thought Wolves would do a lot better as well. They kind of think, well, they've done this in the Championship. They'll have a quick step up and smash it. But he's done all right. He's getting a couple of goals and
he's had a few niggly injuries, I think, hasn't he? Because he's just come back from an injury, which is why he was on the bench in this game.
And it doesn't help being the side which isn't operating at the top line. Obviously, Fulham in the Championship, they're playing well, scoring goals, and he was part of that. He's been shifted around a few times. Obviously, the previous manager just changed formations every single week, so it didn't help. But
I would expect if Fulham go down for him to remain in the Premier League, though.
He's got a taste for it, isn't he?
And I think he's good enough.
I could see him, someone paying over the odds.
Yeah,
for
you're
it.
saying over the odds. I'm waving. West Ham.
Like a mid-table team paying over the odds, but then him doing well and you getting a profit.
Yeah,
English.
I'd say he'd go higher than that. I'd
You
say
reckon
he'd
like
go to one of the
Spurs
top.
or-
I'd say one of the top 6 would be interested
Okay.
because he's so young. They feel like they can make him to whatever they play, what they want him to be, and so Tottenham and Liverpool, I think, would be. Key.
He's the sort of player on Football Manager you would put him in your team wherever you could. Like if you had a really good front four, you would put him back at left back because you were like, I've got to play him. He's a wonder kid and he's going to be really good. But you were saying like Mitrovic with his left foot. Ryan Sessegnon, when he scored that goal on his right foot, looked really awkward. He looked so awkward hitting it with his right foot and
scored it there, didn't he?
The ground. But he did score it. Yeah,
There's
he
a
did into
difference.
the ground, bounced over the defender, and went in. So.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I love good defending. Shout out to Conor Cody for keeping that off the line. Unbelievable stop off the line for Mitrovic. Right at the end, last kick of the game.
Yes, it was.
Great
Yeah.
sliding tackle.
So 1-1 was, I suppose, fair in the end, but Fulham could have hoped to get a little bit more. Wolves, I just find a word on Wolves. They don't really impose themselves on the lesser side. I think they feel they're a bigger side and up for bigger games. And when it's a less side, they could have easily dominated this match and pushed up the field a little bit. They sit a bit deep and let teams onto them, and I don't think they kind of manage those games very well.
They don't. I think you're right because it's their underdog status. They really sort of rise to that occasion. That's why a lot of teams have come up stuck, but. They should be dominating that sort of. They should be a top half team. The players they've got, you've got some really quality footballers in the side, haven't you? So
I think I like Gibbs White, but I think they missed Neves yesterday. That little person to break a team down with a good through ball. Gibbs White's a bit more all action, running into the box, sort of a Lampard-esque, there to finish it off, sort of thing. But yeah, it seemed like they missed Neves. Moutinho's never as good as well when Neves isn't there.
Yeah, Moutinho sat really deep. He controlled the play, but he sat so that you need Moutinho high up the pitch so they can pick passes, which are more danger. But okay, draw there. We move on to Burnley versus Everton, and this was mental. Right, there's been a handful of games since kind of XG's been around where a side has lost when they've had a better XG than the other side. We're all aware of XG, expected goals. So expected goals in this match was 1.4 for Burnley, 1.2 for Everton. The result 5-1 Everton. But if you look at the goals, it's just some real absurd. It does say it's just absurd goals. So we have first one, Yerry Mina doing what he did in the World Cup.
It was a great header, but he was literally still. There's no one near him.
No one. I think they had two people near him, but no one jumped. Yeah, it was so strange. It was a free header.
It was it was bizarre. A good header, lovely header.
Great cross.
Love a header.
Well, lovely cross from Digne, I think.
Digne, beast of the game. So we have. He got the second goal. Was
nice free kick.
Yeah, he obviously scored against Watford a free kick the other week to draw it, and this one was to strengthen their lead. And
Joe Hart ruining the goal because he got a hand to it.
Did get a hand to it.
Yeah. And we should talk about. Do you? Slightly biased because I Joe Hart was at West Ham last season, and
I don't know which way you can be biased though.
Yeah, I can't figure out if you're going to be biased and say he's good or he's not.
No, he's not good. Do you think people should start realising it could be him that's the fault for the downfall of football teams? Because
the thing is, he did well when Heaton got injured, didn't he? That's why they bought him. Yeah. He did well last season, towards the end of last season, and then
did he?
Yeah, he did well for Burnley in the end of last season, and then. I don't know how he's kept his place. I'd agree with you that I think he can't dive to his left.
It's a weird one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a stat of something like 80% of the shots that go to his left go in or something because he can't save them. And it's just ridiculous. But yeah, I don't understand how Tom Heaton hasn't come back into the first.
Or Nick Pope.
Yeah,
I think there must be some interest there. I can't remember.
Yeah. Well, I think Heaton's back, but
because that one that I think he should have saved it. I think he flaps at it.
It was precise.
It hits him on the palm.
Hits him palm. Yeah.
So he should be saving it.
So third goal to go 3-0 up in the first half hour. We have a penalty, and I think that's a harsh penalty. There's a big clump of four players just all going. It's flailing arms, but it's just. I know it's because but I think he's looking to bring it back down. But there's a player in front of him. I think that's a harsh penalty because they're all just they end up in a massive heap on the floor. It's a tangled mess.
It's handball.
Yeah.
His hand's in an unnatural position, and he has technically stopped the Everton guy. I think it was Mina again behind him.
He's gained an advantage.
Yeah, he's stopped Mina heading the ball because it's put it out.
Maybe he's panicking because he's seen what's happened to Mina in the first
I don't think it's a deliberate handball.
No, but it's an advantage.
It's a handball that's. I think.
Well,
Oliver called it right.
We've called the rule to be cleared up in previous podcasts. If you touch the hand,
I haven't listened yet.
I don't know why. Weird.
Yeah. But good penalty though.
He's decent. People think he could play. He can't play top six. He's not
old enough. young enough?
Yeah, but he played for Tottenham. He was all right for Tottenham, but he's not good with pressure around him. He's good when he's got a bit of time and to kind of dictate, but he's not good.
Similar to the German Holtby you had.
Yeah.
He was very similar to that, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Couldn't handle the pressure of being the focal point in a big team.
Yeah, he needed that space to...
career took a complete nosedive. At least Siggy's kept his career going.
Yeah.
So now he's a £50 million player, was it?
Yeah.
Absolutely ridiculous.
So then Burnley pull one back.
Yeah, it was
Burnley goal, wasn't it?
It was, what's his name, from Middlesbrough. It was his first Premier League start.
Ben
Gibson.
Ben Gibson, the centre-back, who was apparently tipped to be in the England squad.
Yeah.
England B.
Yeah. England B. What happened to England B?
Rob Green fell over and hurt his leg. Was it Rob Green?
He didn't get injured, yeah.
When he
kicked the ball out, didn't he?
He kicked the ball out and then he ruptured all the cartilage or whatever, everything in his knee.
And they just cancelled England B?
Well, maybe. I think it was so disastrous because that guy, he kicked the ball out, went straight to their centre forward.
Oh, I remember.
And they just rolled into the net.
I do remember
He rolled around on the floor.
Yeah, and everyone was like, "Oh, it's just because he's miskicked it."
Yeah.
You often see that, like, oh, look, it's gone in. Oh, already injured now.
Yeah.
I always remember it one time in the 2012 Olympics. There was a hurdler or something, and he pulled up a little bit and he lost, and he was like, "Yeah, it's a really bad injury." And he was like, the next day he was doing another event. Mate,
saving his pride.
Yeah. And then pick of the goals, I'd say, was the fourth goal, Digne from outside the box.
Absolute bullet.
Yeah, across the keeper.
To Joe Hart's left.
Yeah.
Joe Hart's left.
He didn't get it. He did dive though. But
he did dive, but
I mean, you could say
he puts effort in, but he just can't save them.
You didn't see it because it came. There was a big swerve on it. It went through from people.
And then the fifth goal, we've talked about one-footedness. We talked about one-footedness earlier. I've never seen a more awkward left-footed finish, or like
right-footed, wrong-footed finish.
It was left foot, wasn't it? Outside his left foot.
Yeah, but so far across his body, it's like that could easily have been skewed kind of 15 yards.
But he took it well though, because
I really like that
Hart, he gave Hart, because it came out of nothing. You thought he was trying to plant his left foot, and he just pokes it past him. Hart's got no time to
it was
react.
Quick, wasn't it? Yeah, it was also quick. So we're just getting a beer.
Yeah.
Owen was mimicking to Josh to get him a beer, so I just thought I'd ask.
Just thought I'd rabbit. So in 2 games, Everton have managed to have a goal difference of 7-7. So they've won back the goal difference that they lost against Spurs, which is quite impressive. 6-2 and 5-1.
Yeah, true.
So other clubs and other managers would probably be under pressure now. Sean Dyche, I think, is almost immune from it because of his status.
The FM untouchable status, isn't it?
I think him and David Wagner.
I think Sean Dyche could be.
No,
I don't think West
Not
Burnley.
now. I think if he gets money in January, and he buys people and nothing improves, I think he's in trouble. Wagner is. Huddersfield were always been down there after Burnley season last season. I think if he spends money, he's going to be in trouble. I think he could be risking his job, and they'll plumb for an Allardyce or something like that.
Oh, that would be such a backward step for him.
I can only see Allardyce going to a club he thinks that he is big enough for him. I think the clubs at that
end.
You mean
like Real Madrid?
Yeah, basically,
yeah.
I can't see Burnley don't really have any gaping holes in their side. They're just
they clearly do.
Well, overall they overachieved last year. I think overall we're underachieving. There's no one thing like you can look at certain sides and go, they need to improve this, need to improve that. But Burnley, I've watched them play a few times, and it's just there's nothing creative in that midfield. It's all very much straight passing, kind of move off the ball and find the next man. It's nothing. No one player's going to skip past someone and break through the lines and then play a through ball. It's really just workmanlike.
It is quite turgid.
But I don't see that as a player that Dyche would even think about signing.
No.
It's
strange.
They'll sign another British player from a Championship side.
Joe Allen. That's the only one I could see them signing. Yeah. Who's slightly creative from the Championship.
Yeah, so maybe like someone from
West. Joe Allen playing?
Stoke.
Yeah.
Or
Matty Phillips from West Brom or something which is.
Just while we're talking about that, the Championship. Because I'm back and I'm watching as much football as I can. I watched Stoke versus Birmingham highlights. It was awful. Stoke are absolutely shocking.
Not sure what you were expecting, Dave.
Yeah. You're watching Stoke
Well,
play.
it's football, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm just going to watch it. But and Jack Butland was awful as well.
That's a pity.
Yeah, he's not really pushed on at all, is he?
But yeah.
So Burnley find themselves in 18th position, which is worrying. 3 points adrift now from Cardiff.
To be that far away from Cardiff is a real concern now, isn't it?
With the second worst goal difference out of the lot, but Everton find themselves as up there with the best of the rest in 8th position. All right, we'll move on to Crystal Palace Cardiff, which
Nice and short.
yeah, so
Well, just
A bazillion shots.
yeah, it was an unbelievably weird game.
Beat City.
31 shots
Yeah.
on goal, not on target,
Yeah.
but at goal. Crystal Palace had.
That is a lot.
That's ridiculous.
What's
that's without Benteke scoring on the pitch. Man, he'd take loads
Obviously, it's
more.
without Benteke scoring.
Yeah, without him on the pitch, he'd have added a few more to
He
that.
normally
wouldn't
shoots when he
Yeah.
first touches the ball.
XG 1.9 versus 0.7.
Gosh.
So-
Palace should be furious.
Yeah,
shouldn't
but that's through sheer weight of numbers. None of those were actually high XG chances. But yeah, you beat Man City away, draw at Cardiff at home, 0-0.
I don't think they
That's
didn't deserve to. Did they?
football all over.
It is football over, but they were much better than Cardiff. Crystal Palace were much better than Cardiff.
Only one statistic that counts.
Corners.
That's
Yeah.
right.
So-
Not enough.
Not enough of them, yeah. But I don't. Yeah, it was
Who were Crystal Palace's strikers though?
Connor Wickham.
Connor
they
Wickham,
played
Jordan
yesterday.
Ayew,
Zaha
Christian
and
Benteke,
Townsend,
yeah.
They're playing
Well,
Townsend.
So
they're
that
forwards.
is the one. That is, I think, will make the biggest difference this January transfer window. If Palace could sign themselves a striker to get them, say, 10 goals between for the second half of the season, that would change the face
Basically,
of their
if they can
season.
sign someone that means they don't have to play Jordan Ayew up front.
Yeah, because
That'd
he
be
isn't
amazing.
very
He's
good.
awful.
Probably the flop of the season.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
one of the flops of the season
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, but I guess the highlight from it was it's two 70-year-olds. First time ever in the Premier League, two 70-year-old managers playing
Oh,
against
was
each
it?
other. Yeah, Warnock and Hodgson.
Is Warnock 70?
He was 70 at the beginning of December.
That's brilliant.
He
yeah.
looks
So, Colin.
70. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's nice. I think it's nice to see Connor Wickham back because I remember when he burst on the scene at Ipswich. I mean, he had a different time at Sunderland.
Well, he saved them, didn't he?
He
He
saved
came back
them,
and scored
yeah,
like 5 goals and
You
get
know,
them up.
Yeah, he did a
Yeah,
Carlos
did.
Tevez, and he's had a bit of a tough time with injuries. I don't foresee him ever.
He's never going to be higher than a sort of lower mid-table club, is he?
Yeah, he can either keep his Premier League status and do this, or he can go down to the Championship and do a
Do a
Cameron
banging job.
Jerome.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mitrovic.
Yeah.
Score a bucket load in the Championship. And
Yeah.
struggle
Someone
in the
takes a
Premier
chance.
League.
Yeah, just flip flop. But yeah, Cardiff's first away points this August,
Wow.
and so yeah.
Is there anybody you can see from this Cardiff squad being signed by another Premier League team if they got relegated?
If Junior Hoylett was to do a few more bloaters from the edge of outside the box, he might get snapped up by
He
someone
might.
taking
Maybe.
a chance.
I'd say the goalkeeper,
Ronaldo.
Etheridge.
I like
As a backup
Etheridge,
goalkeeper
yeah.
for someone else. I'd say they're
I liked his interview after the Watford match where Troy Deeney left a foot in and he was all a bit
Oh yeah.
bit spiky about it. It's like, yeah, he knew what he was doing. I was like, yeah, he does know what he's doing. Well done, Etheridge. I like you, mate. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you also hate Troy Deeney.
True.
He might be your most mentioned person on the podcast.
Might be.
Hate.
Yeah. Yeah, don't like him at all.
Yeah. Owen, thoughts on Troy Deeney? Just
Well, he scored a penalty against us last week, so
like
don't like him.
When he punched the corner flag, so yeah.
Aggressive,
Yeah.
so
Okay.
don't like that.
Next up.
All right, Leicester City versus Manchester City.
I mean, that is just ridiculous. Like, what?
I got one
Hey?
word for you.
Go on.
Ultimatum.
Fernandinho.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
that's it.
Missed the last 2 games, lost the last 2 games.
Yeah.
So, but how can a club of that stature be so heavily reliant on one footballer? Like
They've
that?
won.
Their fullbacks are absolutely shocking.
Yeah.
When you think about it, their fullbacks are absolutely shocking.
The silver lining for Man City is that Fabian Delph misses the next few games because of his red card.
So who are they play in Zinchenko?
Yeah, Zinchenko or Laporte play out there. Yeah.
I like both of those players actually. I don't like Fabian Delph. I don't know what he was complaining about. It was a disgusting challenge.
Oh, it was horrible.
It was
yeah.
unnecessarily.
He's got that in his
disgusting.
locker.
He has got that in his
Yeah.
locker.
Yeah.
He
so-
had it in the Everton game, didn't he? The week before,
He
where
had
he had a
two
bit of a tuffle with
huge, like,
Calvert-Lewin.
Yeah, Calvert-Lewin, and
Yeah.
he definitely
Kicked
could have
out.
seen. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't like. I think. Well, I do like him. I think he's quite a good player. He's
I don't think he's a Manchester City good
no.
player.
Well, he's a Manchester City player because of his
Utility.
utility and his nationality,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and he is going to sacrifice his career somewhat. He'll look back and go, all right, I want to be Premier League player at left back, but he's a central midfielder and he could do a lot better playing central midfield for a Leicester club, but wouldn't win the trophies. It's kind of I can understand a player.
I mean,
doing
I
that.
know why he's done it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to got a chance to win silverware and a bucket load of cash. So
Yes.
Yeah.
you know, he's a career move that's sensible. But I don't like him,
Mm.
and I don't think. I think yesterday he played terribly.
Yeah,
he was
I mean,
absolutely,
yeah,
he was
Yeah,
absolutely woeful.
that first goal from Albrighton, he's like he completely switched off. The simplest movement from Albrighton when
he
2
can't-
went away, and he's like, "The ball, look at the ball!
Yeah, and-
oh my god, it's in my back of my net." I'll just stand and stare at his post to make
Yeah,
sure.
and
So
he's
so I
come to the
can't
front
see.
post and
yeah.
Albright's at the back post. So
Yeah.
he's lost everything. It was
Well,
really
that's where
poor,
he's not a defender.
really
isn't
poor
it?
fullback
Yeah.
play. Yeah.
So
But you get exactly the same from Kyle Walker.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, true.
Yeah, Benjamin Mendy's the best fullback they have.
He's very good.
But
Is he injured again?
yeah.
It's a shame.
So,
Big man at the
it's
club.
interesting to see Kyle Walker got dropped, didn't he, after his shocking game against Everton. They started Danilo at right back.
Yeah, but
Doesn't look much better.
no,
to be
but you
honest.
can do that in the Christmas period. You can drop
Yeah.
some for performances, but then badge it under with rotating the squad.
Yeah,
So
it's easy to avoid the.
The reason I said ultimatum for your one word
Yeah,
is
yeah.
Claude Puel. Because he was one game away from the sack, and it was Man City. Who did they
Chelsea.
play? Chelsea, and they won it. And apparently, again, he was one game away from the sack, and it was Man City, and he won it. And I was like, "That's."
This is all off the back of a Jamie Vardy interview where he gave an interview saying it's not his style of play. They play, and unfortunately, Jamie Vardy's he's going to start to lose his pace a little bit. He's not real. He won't be able to be the all-action centre forward he has been. He's going to have to hold up the play a little bit, and he did against Man City. He held up a little bit better, and he's changed his style of play. And honestly, he's still scoring goals. He's still doing well. So I think he should stop fucking whinging.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
He's not bright.
So,
is he?
9 games without a clean sheet for Man City now,
That's pretty bad. And
which is absurd, isn't it?
Yeah. And it's a
well,
shame because
they had the goals covering it up, didn't they? They had the goals at the other end, scoring the goals.
banging lots in.
Yeah,
So
covering it
the
up. And
one
then
or
when
two.
they've dried up a bit with Jesus not scoring and Aguero being out injured and then coming back and not scoring, and David Silva being away for 2 games as well. I think he was on the bench. I think yesterday.
Yeah, he came on. Yeah.
It's a bit strange, isn't it? Is it? I think it's the worst run in Pep's career for conceding goals in a run.
I wouldn't surprise me.
9 games
Yeah.
is the worst in his career as a manager. So, but yeah,
And then Leicester strike late with Ricardo Pereira scoring from long range. He's been a very good sign for this season. He was good last year. He was alone at Nice, I think, and he's really all action kind of right back. Well, was a right winger really, and been very good. They've made some very good signings. Obviously, had Maddison they signed. Johnny Evans has slipped in seamlessly, and Pereira's done well. They've done well in the transfer market.
they have. Yeah.
Danny Ward's made no impression whatsoever impression on the old substitute bench.
He's left his mark.
Yeah.
Josh
Shat himself.
Well, good well done. He nearly was asked to come on.
Yeah.
Josh will be there measuring his arse diameter for his graph.
Yeah.
So.
Not good enough.
Not big enough.
Yeah.
Doesn't even nearly get me hard. The Perez strike was lovely, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I hit as crisp as he liked.
Yeah, it's beautiful, lovely. Yeah.
Just the one that sort of bulges right into the back of the
Yeah,
head.
it was nice. It was very nice, and it beat Man City. So,
But it's all leading to a January spending spree.
It's got to be a splurge, isn't it? I don't know.
Defence midfielder.
They've
All
got
left
to
back.
got Fernandinho. Yeah, there'll be a backup / rotation for Fernandinho. I don't know.
Do you think they need to
They could do long because Fernandinho's 33. They could easily go if they wanted to sign someone long term. They could sign him now, bed in for the rest of the season, and
Rabiot available on a free transfer
yes,
after paying out his contract at PSG, holding midfielder.
yeah, he's got a whole lot of mess with his mum. His mum's a right old
Really?
bit of work.
Do you know her?
She's a bit of work. She's a bit of work, Rabiot.
Yeah.
Lovely bottom though, so forgive her
It's
sins.
all of his argument stuff from his PSG.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, she thinks he's a lot better than he actually is and wants him in the side all the time. And it basically gets his mum to do his.
Is he 13?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Full
Yeah.
kit wanker.
Yeah.
And he's wearing a full kit.
That's what I think. Yeah, I don't think it'll be a splurge. I think there'll be
Do they
One
need,
big
do they
signing.
need another striker?
no,
Do you know?
no. I don't think they do. I just think they need to get Jesus and Aguero.
It'll change
again.
when De Bruyne is back fit. They'll be scoring goals again. But it is that backup they need in defence and left back and defence midfield. I think the face strength anyway.
Well, I'm surprised they haven't played Zinchenko more because they refused to let him go on loan to Wolves on deadline day. It was all sort of agreed, and Pep was like, "Oh, actually, no, we're going to keep him." And,
Yeah, I quite like
and I
him.
thought that
think
would be
he's
the end
quite
of
good.
Fabian Delph. I thought that would be Delph, who would literally wouldn't play. It'd be a homegrown in the squad sort of thing.
Yeah,
not
yeah,
playing,
just-
Carling Cup games and that. But yeah, Zinchenko's not really had. I think a couple of games he's played this season. That's about it. For
Yeah,
a bench.
I rate him.
a couple of
I
League Cup
think.
games. Yeah.
Yeah, but again, he's a centre midfielder. He's not a left back.
No.
He's a centre midfielder.
Well, that's what Pep
so-
loves, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right, well, well done, Leicester and City losing.
Yes, come on,
Puts-
Leicester.
puts-
Love it.
Puts Man City into
Third.
Yeah. Yeah.
be like there.
We do.
Come on to
We
that
do.
one.
I'm just about to bring up a couple of seasons ago where you were second for a long time, and then came.
Yeah, we came third in a 2-horse race. This year we're going to win a 2-horse race from being third. So we're going to get revenge on that.
I'll bet you £20 that doesn't happen.
The Tottenham don't win the league.
Yeah, this season.
No, thank you.
There you go.
He's not betting.
We'll move on to Liverpool, Newcastle.
Okay, yeah.
Why I man from Newcastle, Geordie Juice. It's a good accent, isn't it?
Geordie Juice.
Yeah, do you remember that? From Soccer AM? Yeah, no. Alright, so yeah, Liverpool here smashing Newcastle for 4.
Mo Salah, that's a disgraceful dive. I'm going to get it
Yeah,
out there
straight away.
It's
straight away. It's a dive.
Don't you back him up.
Don't
It's
you
a
say
dive.
It's such a dive.
Okay,
it's a
good.
foul because he's clearly pulled back, but it's a dive.
He didn't even pull you with as much force as you've pulled
Yeah,
me
that
with.
was brutal. Actually.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's a penalty.
Yeah.
It's an unnecessary pullback though. I don't know why he does it.
It looks like he's
No,
going
he's
to do
not
He
doing
does
that.
grab him.
He grabs his hand on his
It's
bicep
never
and he
a
pulls it
penalty.
back.
No.
It's a
Never
stupid
penalty.
thing to have
He's
done.
gone down like someone's kicked his ankle. You know when you have a collision of ankles?
I think that's
He's
the
gone down with
that's the sort of the professional way though, isn't it? Because you've got to be like you've got to dramatise it so the referee takes notice of it, which says more about the problems we've got in football than it does about anything else. But you're right, it's not a penalty. It's a stupid decision for the defender to have made.
Yeah.
But it was a dive on Salah because he wanted to win a penalty because presumably he wanted to try and score once. Because he's had a
Salah
little
was
trouble.
like
The golden
as
boy.
a Liverpool,
tarnished
non-Liverpool fan, he was sort of the golden. His goals. He scores all sorts of different goals, and they're really good. And
He's always been a bit of a diver for me though.
Yeah,
he's always got
he's
that
had it in his
locker.
locker. Yeah, he's had it in his locker.
Yeah, I think he's done
It's
it
just a
already this
pity.
season. Yeah, it is pity. They don't, yeah.
But they scored 3 others. So
Oh, yeah, didn't they? End of the day, it doesn't matter.
None of them. I mean,
I like the Shaqiri goal. I thought that was well worked.
yeah, that's
That
the
was
only
a
one
lovely
of the bunch which is actually a decent goal. So we have I mean, Lovren's finish is nice, but again comes from a short corner. I think it was whipped in.
If you look back at that,
What is the
the
defending
defending is mental. It's
Why is he
absolutely
headed it?
mental.
Why is no one? There's 3 Newcastle players
At the
and a
back post.
goalkeeper at the back
There's
post.
no
And
Newcastle
it
defenders.
needs one shout just to say, leave it, let it run, it'll burn.
Yeah.
Whatever you
It'll
call it.
burn.
Yeah, let it burn. Yeah.
I don't
That
use that.
must be a Singaporean.
Yeah.
This might be Bristolian actually. I think
Yeah.
I'll pick that up. But and then it just floats out for a goal kick. But no, he heads it right back onto the penalty spot where there's no Newcastle player
But
other than Lovren.
Dejan
I mean,
Lovren.
heading it to Lovren is probably normally a
You
good
feel,
technique.
yeah, you
yeah.
feel like there's no risk there, but yeah,
he hits it.
What a
That's
finish,
a
yeah,
lovely
what a
finish.
finish.
Beautiful shot.
But yeah, good goal, good finish.
The Shaqiri goal's nice, very well worked. I'm sort of what you'd expect from a Klopp Liverpool
Yeah, Trent
side.
Alexander-Arnold with assist, loves a little cross that
does,
guy.
Yeah,
he does.
I'd
Nice.
put Shaqiri in there with one of the top signings. I reckon.
Definitely.
Yeah,
So signing this
12 million,
season so
wasn't it?
far.
12 million,
Yeah.
something like
I thought he would be rubbish, but
Liverpool do that. They do that. They sign relegated
Relegated
players,
players,
don't
yeah.
they? Robertson, Shaqiri.
I think
someone else.
Shaqiri, a little bit like Arnautovic, sort of the sort of inconsistent players of the teams they work
Yeah.
with, come to a side who have.
Wijnaldum.
Yeah.
Right. Am I just talking to myself?
I'm listening to you, but I had to applaud Josh.
No, do you know what?
Who
Sod you both.
is the Newcastle relegated player? Yeah. Yes, I agree. Yeah, they flourish.
Better
with
players
a
around
system.
Shaqiri. He's less temperamental and much more
Well,
consistent.
he knows he's got to be on his game. 'cause
Yeah.
By the way, it's a system that suits him. It's attacking. It's
Yeah, and he's got
Like, you're
good
encouraged
players
to run
giving
at
good
people,
service.
yeah.
Like,
It's
he
not
didn't have
Mark
that.
Hughes.
Yes,
It's
it's
not-
not
yeah, it's
Stoke
not Mark
City.
Hughes, Yeah.
So there we are. The Fabinho goal was old.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought Lovren had headed it. I don't know how Lovren missed it at the near
Well,
post.
maybe got a shout from Fabinho, but yeah, I thought
Let it
goal.
burn. That's
Yeah.
what he shouted, and then Fabinho nodded it in.
Yeah. I mean, he went, what?
Yeah.
Hit his head. Yeah. All right, so yeah. I mean, Newcastle didn't really offer much. You didn't expect them to
They
offer
should
much.
have at the beginning, right at the start. Hosselu should have scored.
Well,
Big-headed
That's
chance.
been said a lot in his career, I think.
Yeah.
But you've got to feel sorry for Benitez, haven't you?
You do, and you've got to wonder if they don't get any money in January, is he going to stay? I think
He'll
he
stay.
probably
We
see it
said
out.
in the other podcast the other week is that they'll get money after the
Well,
transfer.
it's-
sell the club after the transfer.
Yeah, there's a takeover rumour, isn't there? And you're not allowed to
Oh, there'll be an embargo.
embargoed. So when the process starts, you get embargoed so that you can't change the financials of the club. But it hasn't actually started yet, and I think Mike Ashley's just waiting for it to
Because he does
January the 1st. Let's get this rolling. Let's get this takeover going. And
Yeah, getting sweaty palms. Yeah.
yeah, so
He's hang over, yeah. Vomiting into a fire somewhere.
How many pints of beer was it? He said he just drank. I can't remember.
He went toe to toe with someone else in the team, some like kind of youngster in the like admin in the club, and going like pint for pint, and yeah, he'd nick like 8 pints or something, and then vomited.
Sick in a fireplace.
Sick in the fireplace. Yeah.
Mental.
that's what you want from your chairman.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
a club owner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I can't see Benitez walking.
No, I think he's
I think there's a good contract tying everybody to their positions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's untouchable as well because if
love him.
Fans love him. They go down this season and he leaves or he gets sacked. They're never going to be annoyed at Benitez because
he's not been given a fair rub. So the win puts Liverpool 6 points clear of Spurs in second.
Yeah, and 7 points clear from the real title. Their only real contenders for the title, Manchester City.
Yeah,
they're two contenders.
So how's it ending?
It's all probably
Man City.
I don't change my predictions. That's who I went with at the beginning of the year. Right. Man City.
I honestly don't know, but I would Liverpool.
Such a big 2 games coming up, isn't it?
Such a huge lot of pressure on
Man
them.
City.
But, they're doing incredibly well because they're keeping it. So you were saying earlier, they were keeping it super tight. Yeah. It's hard, but they've got that. They've got that history of
been in this
slipping
twice.
up. Yeah, and that I know. I don't know. I can't call it. I'll stick with Man City for now, and then I hold the right to change my mind and say
Spurs,
but
won't put money on it.
Yeah,
so
just
confident.
Talking of teams that definitely won't win.
Manchester United versus Huddersfield.
Well, good to see Ollie back at the Stretford end.
I've been asked this question a lot, and it's anybody that wasn't anybody that wasn't Mourinho is great. I mean, it's just
hang on. What about Mark Hughes took over?
Okay, no, yeah, that would have been dreadful. As much as Paul Ince wanted Mark Hughes or Steve Bruce to get interim job, no thanks, Paul. Yeah. When asked why, his number one reason was, well, they're English. Mark Hughes is Welsh. It's good to see Ole Gunnar there. He was nobody's first choice. I think Josh asked me that on the last podcast. It was like, would he even have been anywhere near the list to get the interim role? And it's, well, no. But now he's in. He's just lifted the atmosphere. He's just lifted, like, the fans are different, the players are different. I think he's just told Pogba to, that's all done, clean slate. Now you've got to prove it. And I think Pogba's accepted that. And the game yesterday was one of Pogba's best this season. Yeah, it was really good. His
assist and 2 goals, is it?
Yeah, his assist and 2 goals, and
that's 3 assists, 2 goals in the last 2 games.
3 and 3. Yeah, 3 assists, 3 goals in the last 2 games, I think. No, sorry, you're right. Yeah, you are right. 3 assists and 2 goals. Sorry, yeah.
I did the research, Dave.
That's a good man. I didn't.
Fucking Paul Merson over it.
But it's just very nice. I mean, the goals were.
I like that. So I like that Pogba goal, that second Pogba goal.
Yeah, that was decisive.
There's no.
The second Pogba. The first Pogba. That's actually like a. Oh, this is Manchester United.
They looked very tight.
Mourinho's pulled the wool over some people's eyes. People thought they weren't even capable of such a goal. No, we can't do it. I haven't got the attacking. Oh.
No, but the difference is, like, tactically, all he's done is said the fullbacks can both push on, and it means that it stretches the defence, and Pogba gets much more time in the middle of the park. And if he doesn't get the time, he just does those little passes that generally annoy me, where 2 passes people just pass it between each other until one of them gets time, and that's what's happening. And it's just simple things like that. Yeah, it's just actually allowing the team to attack. And I mean, Huddersfield probably should have gone 1-0 up. With Congolo had a header that was pretty rubbish and went over the bar from about 6 yards out.
They also had, I think you were already leading by that point, but David De Gea made a really good save.
Just before we scored the second goal.
And that annoys me a little bit about commentators and goalkeepers, that there's a save that De Gea, I mean, I don't know how difficult it was to make that save. It looked impressive. He's going one way, sort of lurches back the other way and claws it out from behind, from the goal line. And the commentator says, "Oh, and David De Gea is equal to it." And you think, no, hang on. That was a great save. Say that. It was a great save.
I think it's one of those you'd expect him to save it, but it's the way he pushes it wide. He doesn't push it straight back into the penalty box.
It went down towards the corner flag. I thought it was, big moment there.
Yeah,
I think it was Ole Gunnar Solskjaer mentioned that in his post-match interview. That David kept us in it at that point. But
I mean, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's already started now to mention, that the freedom is there for the players, and that's what people wanted. It's just that, I think Josh summed it up right. Mourinho pulled the wool over people's eyes to say, well, we can't do that. We can't press teams. We can't play this intricate passing football that we wanted. We have to have a big man up front that we've got to hit. We've got to use Fellaini as a plan A, B, C, D, E. It's like, well, no, we don't. Well, I mean, Fred was still pretty shocking. He didn't get the memo that Mourinho's gone.
Another flop there.
At the moment, give him time.
I quite liked.
He's got nice touches, Fred. But.
I quite like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I think.
Yeah.
I mean, has he?
Valentine's Day message.
He was always one of my favourite players as a boy.
Yeah, it was always one of
and he still seems to be the same age. Doesn't seem to have aged at all.
Yeah,
I just liked he seems quite humble in what he's saying. Either is him being very clever and managing the media very well, or it's just generally like that. But after the first game in charge, when you put 5 past Cardiff, someone said in the post match said to him, that's the first time United have scored 5 since Alex Ferguson left. He said, last time Mike Phelan was in charge. Well, the last time Mike Phelan was here.
Yeah.
So like a nice little nod to his assistant there.
Yeah, well, I said in the last pod, I was like, it's not. I don't think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is the big appointment. I think it's Mike Phelan. I think it's a very smart decision.
Yeah, just a reminder, I've stood next to Mike Phelan while watching football once, so me and him know a lot about football.
Yeah. Is he listening? Should we get him on as a guest?
Could
him
do.
and Stuart Taylor?
Yeah, I can do it, yeah. I can.
We might bring Owen back as well. You can ask.
I've got some big questions for Big Stu.
Yeah?
Like, who are you?
What are you doing here?
You can see yourself a footballer.
Yeah.
But let's not get away ourselves. It's Huddersfield and Cardiff.
Mm-hmm.
But it goes in with your thing of sacking a manager at the perfect time.
A very clever time.
So, very. I mean,
the whole mood of the club's going to be lifted. Two good
wins, and morale is soaring. You would imagine. So
all roads lead to Spurs versus United in mid-January to see the first real test you'll get.
Yeah, title decider.
Excuse me.
Apparently for you, not us.
Not you.
Yeah. Could possibly be Europa League decider.
Speaking of Tottenham, they had a little win yesterday.
So that's 11 goals in the last 2 games.
Yeah, smashing it.
Absolutely astonishing.
Smashing it. Yeah.
And no longer reliant on just Harry Kane.
No, now reliant on Son.
Yeah.
Who's off to the Asia?
Yeah, he's really
games.
hitting form at the worst time for you, isn't he?
So, but yeah, I read again on Football 365, one of the winners in their winners and losers column was Tottenham and their amount of goal scorers, and it's gone from 40% 2 years ago relying on Harry Kane for goals, 37.7 or something last year, down to 26% this year, and that's how much other people are contributing to the goal scoring at Spurs. It's just been brilliant, and he did it without. I think Dele Alli was injured when he.
Correct, yeah. That was after a nasty little challenge from Jordan Pickford in the Everton match. Dele Alli was offside and just played on a through ball, and Jordan Pickford comes careering out and just kind of does a shin high challenge on him to block it. It's like we both know the whistle's gone. He's just running through it. So that was a dirty little thing you did there, Jordan Pickford.
Well done,
you little pick. Yeah.
But back to the game. Go on,
back to the game. We had a triple assist from Kyle Walker-Peters, which was lovely.
Man City bound in the future. But yeah, he's had 3 Premier League appearances now, 3 man of matches, 3 assists. He's a good little player. He, again, interchange because he played in the. If you remember, he played in the Barcelona away game in the Champions League and was at fault for Dembele's opening goal. He was playing right back at the time. Then we switched him to Sissoko. Sissoko played right back. Kyle Walker-Peters played right wing, and he kind of grew into the game at that point, and because he could have easily just kind of started crying on the pitch. And again, yesterday you found Sissoko at right back sometimes, and Kyle Walker-Peters coming on because he found himself in the box. All 3 assists very similar, but made the right decision the 3 times. Laid the ball back to strikes from Son, Moura, and Ericsson. So yeah, really good game from him. And so I was a little bit peeved because he made his debut before we'd signed Serge Aurier, and then we signed Serge Aurier. I was like, and obviously got man of the match in his first appearance. Like, okay, yeah, he can be back up to Kieran Trippier. And we signed Serge Aurier. I was like, oh, okay, maybe he's just not ready yet. And it's a bit of a shame he's 3rd choice right back, but he can play left back, so he gets a bit of game time, but nowhere near as much I think he should have. But, okay.
But yeah, overall 5 goals puts us in 2nd position at halfway stage, which if you told me we'd be ahead of Man City at this point halfway through the season, 1, I told you we'd be 1st, and 2, I'd said, wow. That's it.
Would have been a long conversation.
Yeah. Shut that way. I'm glad I didn't ask you.
I'd have shut that down in an instant. Wow.
Bloody hell.
Well,
Next.
Left the room.
Yeah. But yeah, it's going pretty well. We hopefully we adjust to our new stadium.
Oh, sorry, stadium. Oh.
Nice.
Yeah. Sorry, stadium. Yeah. Hopefully adjust to your new stadium. Yeah, that's the one.
Because that should be within the next kind of 6 weeks. Hopefully that'll be. Have you guys
how long's it been the next 6 weeks for?
Oh, it's perennial. But
£80,000
capacity.
No, it's like 66 something like that. Yeah.
Are you gonna fill it? You had 45.
Oh yeah. It's Boxing Day, isn't it? Family time. And
Lots of other stadiums before.
Yeah, but most of them they're around that stadium.
Wembley,
We're still
Wembley.
trekking across to Wembley, and it's odd because
What's your capacity you're allowed at Wembley?
it changes depending on the game, depending on
Probably the category.
category games.
Right,
Yeah.
okay.
We definitely underfilled it yesterday, but it's weird because tried to get tickets for the Wolves game on Saturday, but that's absolutely completely sold out. So that must be more appealing. I think a few Wolves fans have kind of gone for home tickets because they went on general sale. But yeah, it's been a hit and miss with our filling out that stadium. I think as soon as the news came that we was getting pushed back to indefinitely, it really put people's backs up because we hoped to be in there at the start of the season. Okay, we'll take a couple of games, and then it's like, oh, what, we've got another 6 months of this now. It's like, oh god, I'm bored of it, tired of it. But the new stadium looks so good. It just looks absolutely immense. And one of the things with Wembley at the moment is the pitch is we're still recovering. Remember that match? First match when we were seeing it was after the Anthony Joshua fight. Was the Barcelona home game, and it was just awful. It really hasn't recovered. You'd have thought by now it would have recovered. That's got to be like three months ago now, and still hasn't recovered. So it'd be nice to get on a pitch. That's why we do so well away from home, because we actually play on a decent pitch. Because the home pitch is awful. But yeah, puts us in second position. And to move on to the other side of North London, we have Brighton versus Arsenal. The later kick-off yesterday.
Yeah.
Arsenal were
Owain
good.
sort of summed it up with that noise there. Yeah.
It was alright.
Arsenal were good for about 20 minutes.
Yeah, Arsenal have looked good. Aubameyang is sort of
Quietly going about his business.
doing really well. I'm always surprised at how many goals he scored. I don't know why, because I sort of thought he was a bit of a flop, but I think he was only a flop when Wenger was there, but then even then he was still scoring
flopped
goals.
at the end of his Dortmund time. He got a bit temperamental at the end of his Dortmund time and went kind of like 20 games, like scoring 1 or 2 goals. But since he moved to Saint Etienne, I think he's had something like 170 league appearances, 120 odd goals. He's done really well in the last kind of 6-7 years. So he's a top level striker. Getting on a bit now though. He's not a spring chicken. I think he's got to be 28, 29.
Yeah, but he's always hitting his peak. Then you would sort of athletically.
He's also that means he's getting into that age where one injury could completely change his game.
Yeah.
That knee goes. You've
got no more pace. Then
I didn't know he was that old. Yeah, I thought he was younger than that. But I mean, it was a good finish. We've already sort of mentioned the Lacazette was he offside? Wasn't he offside in the build-up? And I don't think he was, because he moved towards the ball. If you watch the replay, he actually stops running towards the ball because the linesman stands still and is about to put his flag up, and that's when Lacazette stops moving.
At first, I didn't realise he was offside. I was like, "Oh, has he played it clever here? He's not. I'm not going to change the first ball. I'm going to try and block it." I thought he was being a bit clever, but then I realised he's offside. I would err to the fact that he is offside, because
I would say if the linesman's Lacazette only stopped being offside because the linesman had stopped and was about to flag. So I would say he's offside because if the linesman stopped and stood still, he should put his flag up. He's going to make that decision, so he should make the decision and stick with it. But because he didn't, then I've got to say he's not offside, because it was very clever play from him.
Yeah,
he didn't interfere with play until it hit him from a clearance, which is the next phase or whatever they call it.
It's probably the greyest area I've had since this offside rule. I remember it's really grey, but
then you should also say Brighton have about 8 million chances to clear the ball.
3 very good chances to clear that ball, and a lovely play from Lacazette shifting around. I don't think he was aiming to anyone in particular. I think he just knew a couple of Arsenal players on his left.
Pass it. He got tackled.
Oh, was it? Oh.
Yeah. Shane Duffy tackled him. Yeah.
Oh, I thought he played out wide.
No, Duffy tackles him.
Oh shit then.
Yeah.
Fucking useless.
Aubameyang just
first time curling.
It's a lovely finish.
Lovely
finish.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I've got to say as well, Matt Ryan saved a lob. I think it was just before that.
Yeah.
Aubameyang had that lob running through.
He's a good keeper. Really is a good keeper.
Small, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a small keeper.
Small goalkeeper, but he's
off the Asia games.
He is
for
Australia.
And they're going to suffer.
Yes, they are definitely going to suffer.
Who's their backup? It's not Tim Krul anymore because he plays for Norwich.
No, don't know.
We'll fact check it.
Yeah.
But while Josh is doing that, then so Brighton's goal.
I mean, Arsenal need to sign some defenders still.
Yes.
They're still weak at the back. They're still very poor at the back.
I just don't understand what. I mean, if Liechtenstein was trying to head it back to Leno, then that was never going to happen because he was literally about 40 yards away from his own area.
Yeah,
So-
I don't know what his thought process was there.
Yeah, I mean, great pace from Locadia. Or
Lockadia.
Locadia.
I think it's
Josh.
Locadia,
It's
isn't
definitely Locadia. Yeah.
it? Well, Locadia can
So-
sound right.
But
Yeah,
yeah, good pace, good composure to go around Leno. Who
yeah,
came
nice
charging
finish.
out.
Very nice finish.
Guendouzi's lack of effort annoyed me a little bit.
Quite easy, isn't it?
Yeah, he's been a good signing from the
He's
second
been-
League Deux
yeah.
or whatever it is in France.
Yeah.
But I agree with Owen. Arsenal have to do something.
Got to sort their defence
They've got to
out.
sort the defence out.
Well, yeah, that defence is never going to get them.
Yeah.
They're never going to win trophies.
Well, it was always midfield, wasn't it? It used to be.
They're
I've got to get someone to
spine.
find
It's always the spine,
Vieira.
yeah.
That's what they need. And Torreira's come in. Lucas
Yeah,
Torreira's
he looks
done very
really.
well.
Yeah, again,
Guendouzi-
one of the signs of the season.
Yeah,
so,
Guendouzi-
Guendouzi, I'd say, looks good when he's in there against
It's
next
alright,
to someone.
yeah.
And the bit important thing is they've got rid of Xhaka from central midfield. The bad thing is they've now put him back to left back, which doesn't help anybody.
I don't mind Xhaka. I think Xhaka works in the midfield. He's got good passing range. I don't think he's good. I think he plays kind of left back, left centre back. I don't think he works there. He's got a good passing range. I think he works well with Torreira in midfield. But yeah, it's my defence is. I mean, Socrates. I don't know. He's an absolute bastard. He just winds people
I
up.
thought it was going to be really good for him.
Mm.
When they signed him, I thought it was going to be, that's the guy you need.
Yeah.
They need that
I was impressed with that
Vidic-esque
signing.
aggressive player. And he's just sort of been a bit more of a shithouse than a actual good
Yeah.
centre-back. So,
I thought.
I mean, they've looked awful since Koscielny's come back.
Yeah, he is
That's the
poor,
thing.
isn't
They've looked, and he was their best centre back, and he was great for France before he got his injury that missed the World Cup final, and then he's come back into this Arsenal team, and it looks to have ruined the whole chemistry at the back.
Yeah,
Well, Koscielny was all about he was just a fast centre back, recovered well, and he's now had a few too many injuries, especially his Achilles injury. Just then, he's going to lose his pace, and he's not going to be up to speed straight away. For me, I always set him up around 7 games for a player to get back to full fitness and back on it, and he's still in that kind of the infancy of that. So maybe he'll get back to it and be good, but. I don't back any of their centre back. You got Mustafi, you got Holding, you got Koscielny, you got
Again,
Monreal plays.
Mustafi starts at the back, and he was on the verge of a move away on deadline day again. He
Yeah.
was someone that they actively tried to get rid of. He then became their starting centre back.
Yeah,
It's
it'll be
just a bit
another Bundesliga side, no doubt, with Mislintat in.
I think Emery will go. Emery will try and get them to go somewhere else, but it's the director of football, isn't it? From
Yeah, because they've signed.
ex-Dortmund.
Well, you got Lichtstein, you've got
Mustafi.
you've got Socrates who
Leno.
signed, Leno signed, yeah. So yeah,
We'll see what happens,
they've
but-
done all right, and but they do need. I think he'd like to strengthen because a new manager comes in, you want to get players who you want in. So whenever there's a new manager, you know they're going to want signings every window, and so obviously Spurs, like for example Spurs now, all the players in that squad are almost all the players are Pochettino players, so maybe he doesn't feel he needs to strengthen, but Emery obviously being new needs
to put
Still
his
put
stamp
his
on
own
it,
stamp
isn't
on the side.
That's it,
Yeah.
put his stamp on
Yeah.
it. So who is the Brighton backup goalkeeper?
They've got 2. They've got Jason Steele and David Button. So David Button's expert. They both have good championship experience. It's funny that they're both on the bench at Brighton. They probably, I don't know, maybe they got signed both signed on the same day and didn't realise the other one was there. I was like, oh, I thought I was going to be his backup. No, I'm backup. It's like,
Hang on,
maybe,
this is my job.
maybe it's one of the most intense rivalries in goalkeeping history, which don't
For
realise
backup.
that. Yeah,
The backup, yeah.
a big backup rivalry.
Along with Stuart Taylor and Richard Wright at Man City.
Or Rob Green at Chelsea,
Rob
who
Green
I
at
forgot was at
Chelsea.
Chelsea, and
Yeah,
I watched the.
League Grant at United, they love it. Yeah.
I saw him on the bench at Chelsea. I was like, what the hell? Is he a coach? No, he's not. He's playing there.
Where goalkeepers go to retire. The
Yeah.
bench at top level clubs.
Yeah.
And then the final game of the weekend, or the midweek, it was a Watford versus Chelsea.
Eden Hazard with his lovely bottom.
His big bottom.
Yeah.
That's how Josh described it. Not
Yeah,
us.
but
Yeah, I didn't- I never-
But he loves big bottoms because he put Kim Kardashian at the top of his
Do
list.
love Kim Kardashian. Yeah. If you're listening, Kim. Hello.
What the
There's
hell
no
are
A
you
in
doing?
football. yeah, what are you doing?
Yeah.
If you're listening, what are you doing? Can
Yeah.
you get some more plastic surgery?
Don't you talk about it like that.
No, a decent game. I thought Watford played quite well.
They're good. They're good side.
Yeah,
they're
They've
good
got
side.
good.
Javi Gracia, not Garcia, but Gracia.
The manager month for August.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's got them playing. It's got them playing
Yeah.
pretty well, but that
And
probably
it's-
won't keep his job, will it?
I was
Watford,
going to say,
so
well,
it's-
they've offered him an extension. Has he been offered that?
Yeah,
this year?
he got
Okay.
first manager.
So-
Well, you know, remember the first manager is Malky Mackay to.
yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
you
It was-
must not listen to our podcast.
Doesn't
I
listen to
did.
it,
No,
does
I
he?
did.
When
I
he's
did
not
listen.
here, he doesn't care, does
Yeah.
he?
Listen to them all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure, mate, sure.
You don't.
I don't know. I listen to some bits of some of them.
Ballsack.
I have listened to the Ballsack episode. It's very funny.
But yeah, it was good.
Well, it was a good game.
Good game.
Eden Hazard is first, another next player to score 100 goals for
Yeah.
Chelsea. He wants to be, a legend like Drogba was.
He'll be sold in the summer.
Which almost certainly means he's off. I saw
Yeah.
today actually that Real Madrid were offering, because they've got Kovacic is already there at loan, and
Him
also
on a permanent
with
and
Isco as well
Isco.
coming across. And I was going to pitch the question to you: if you were in that position with your FM head on, would you trade?
I'd
Eden
negotiate
Hazard.
for like 40 million as
Plus
well.
those two players.
Plus those two players.
Yeah,
Because Hazard wants to go. He wants to be a legend at the club, but he wants
rather
to
be a legend at Real
rather
Madrid,
be a
yeah.
legend at Real Madrid. And
they're not mutually exclusive. You can want both.
yeah,
But yeah.
I think I would accept it if there was cash all up front. None of this.
I don't believe that will be the offer. I
No,
wouldn't have thought it would be.
Funny, Kovacic and Hazard run very similarly. When they're on the ball, they've got a similar movement. That kind of
Scurry.
Yeah, a little scurry.
Yeah.
Kovacic, I've been a little bit unimpressed with. I was a big fan. I was like, come on, Spurs, you can sign him. Loved he always took a man on. Loved to dribble centre field, but no, I haven't been over.
But it's in a Sarri midfield, though, isn't it?
Mm.
It's like if you were looking at that midfield, you wouldn't pick Kante out of it as one of the best midfielders in the world
No.
because he's not being used to his full
Mm.
abilities, where he is with other previous managers and with France. But yeah, I don't know. I've got a question for the game though. Is it a penalty on Delafeu? David Luiz tangle in the
It's
box?
a tough one, that is, because it's reasonably shoulder to shoulder. I mean,
'Cause
Delafeu has an arm. And
Yeah,
Delafeu
links it.
Yeah.
Delafeu
I think that's
links it together.
what pushes me to think. I think it was the right decision because he
In real
cleverly,
time,
yeah.
I went, that's a penalty.
Yeah.
In real time, I was like, David Luiz has made no attempt to get the ball. Even if it's a shoulder barge, he's pushed him over. Delafeu had the pace, and David Luiz knew it. And I was like, that's no attempt to play the ball. That's a penalty. And then I saw the replay, and I was like, it's that link of the arm. It's
ruins it a
and
little
Delafeu
bit.
sort of pulls everyone on, everyone, David Luiz. Everyone
David Luiz in his hair.
yeah, down on top of him to make it look. And then obviously right up the other end, and Ben Foster just decides to annihilate Eden Hazard when he didn't need to.
That's shocking, isn't it?
It's shocking goalkeeping.
Yeah, he's actually been a good goalkeeper. I mean, he's upgraded from Aurelio Gomez. He's been good, but there was one. There's a shot from Willian on a break, and we kind of dives over it pathetically.
Goes just past the post.
Yeah, and then again that penalty instant again awful. He's an average goalkeeper, better than a below average Aurelio Gomez.
Yeah, good summary.
Yeah.
But and then Eden Hazard getting his 101st goals for Chelsea, which is very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice
But
indeed. Great player.
Overall for Chelsea, I'd say they will be actively looking to sign a striker.
Yes, they really do.
Rumour is Higuain, isn't it?
Morata to
low.
go away. Yeah.
What a disappointment he's been.
I think you look back, you could probably see it coming.
Yeah, well, he's never done well. He's never had
Consistently.
a permanent club, has he? He's never scored at a permanent club. Because every time he scored for Juventus and things, it was on loan from Madrid.
But he was re-signed permanently by Real Madrid because it was a bought back thing, wasn't it?
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm getting my players confused.
Yeah, but
okay.
but he's I think he just needs to probably cut his
Warmer
losses with
climates.
England. He cut his losses with England. He's probably not had the greatest time.
Yeah.
Probably weighed heavy in his mind. So yeah.
Would you take him at West Ham if he was available on loan?
We need all the help we can get. Yeah.
Yeah.
Put him in there. But it's long to get rid of Andy Carroll.
Yeah.
He's just
Loan
not even
swap.
in the news anymore, is he? He's not even
He
talking.
played, didn't he?
Well, he gets
playing
minutes.
now,
He gets
isn't he?
minutes, but he's not fit. You can just see he's not. Even
Well, he takes about a
fit.
season to get fit, doesn't
Well,
he?
he's like a horse, you know. You gotta, like,
He could be put down and returned to glue.
you go, yeah, we're going to shoot him. No, he's got to leave. His contract's up, I think, at the end of the year. So
I just
Two
love the
doors.
thing with his MySpace picture. I think it was you that showed me that
It's
a
Bebo.
couple of years ago. Bebo, that was it, yeah.
very funny.
Yeah.
He's shirtless and posing. I'll have to find it and we'll post it. Put it on the Twitter feed.
We should put it on the Twitter
It's
feed.
just
That'd be
hilarious.
good fun.
Yeah, people need to see it.
Yeah, it needs to be out there in the wide world.
Yeah, it does.
In the wider world. But it was
But a good win for Chelsea.
bountiful
nonetheless.
Boxing Day.
Yes.
Is how I'd describe it. It was very good.
Chelsea fill that last slot in the top four. Currently 4 points drift of City and 11 points drift of the top.
Yeah, what about the Europa League spots? That's what
That's
That's
where
what
we're
West Ham and Man United are worried about.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Man United find themselves 6 points behind Arsenal in fifth.
Doable.
It's doable. I think it is doable. I don't think you'll get higher.
Well,
than
yeah,
fifth,
because
though.
I imagine Liverpool are going to beat Arsenal.
Yeah,
They
the other
defend like
days.
they did against Brighton.
Yeah.
Yeah. they will.
So I mean, if United beat whatever cannon fodder's in front of them for the next match, because
Bournemouth.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
we'll see how easy that is.
Yeah.
Spurs smash 5 past them.
And they're rubbish.
Yeah.
And then Newcastle.
Oh, then it's Spurs, isn't it?
And then Spurs, yeah.
So yeah, that's 4.
And that's when we end your title hopes, I'd say.
He cried there.
Or
Josh
that's when
cried.
we let you win because it's part of the agreement for Pochettino coming over at the end of the season. Yeah.
And do you want Liverpool or Man City? Who would you rather win? Liverpool,
You
Man
asked
City or
me
Spurs?
this.
Liverpool, Man City, Spurs to win the title. You choose Spurs every
I
time.
would
So
choose Spurs
don't
every
fuck
time.
it up for us.
Well,
right?
it's not about me, is it?
Well. Right, we'll
Final
leave the action
aggression.
there. And we can have a live rendition.
A 3-part harmony.
Yeah, with the B sharps.
Yeah.
All right then.
Ready? I don't know the words.
No, you know the words.
Who needs the wiki files?
Well, I don't know.
No.
Yeah.
I got a wiki file. You got a wiki file. Here comes a wiki file for you. Hey.
Right, I've got a double header this week. I've got one. Yeah.
That shouldn't be that funny.
No,
Yeah,
yeah.
but less about your sex toys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back to back. Right.
So is this 2 different players?
Yeah, there's one. Dave has got his own one, and Owen's got his own
wow.
one, and they are Christmas themed.
Oh.
Right, so Dave, say what you see. If you see it, say it.
I've got a senior career that begins in time infinite.
Yes, yeah.
Until 1990, at some point in the past, till 1999, he played for Rushall Olympic, and then he moved to Fulham in 99 to 2007. That's a long career at Fulham, and not many games. In 8 years, he played 150 appearances and scored 3 goals. Okay, went on loan in that time to Peterborough, 8 appearances, 0 goals, and moved to Aston Villa in 2007. Was there to 2009, 40 appearances, 2 goals. Bolton Wanderers 2009-2014, 168 appearances, 4 goals. 2014-2015, Colorado. Wow, that dropped off. Colorado Rapids, 4 appearances. Didn't fancy it in America. Came back to Reading in 2015 and 2 appearances, giving him 372 appearances and 9 goals. So we're talking,
Striker.
yeah,
Benteke.
Emil Heskey, yeah, defender or a goalkeeper.
I mean, it's a prolific goal. Bolton fans will be singing about him forevermore. He scored 4 goals for them, yeah.
So Premier League time, Fulham and Bolton.
A little bit of Villa, maybe.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, a little bit of Villa.
He's a known entity.
Okay, there's a known player.
I'll let you stew.
I'll have a think.
Let you
Yeah,
stew on
I'll
that.
have
And just remember, Christmas themed.
Christmas themed. Okay.
So, Owen,
Oh, Christmas themed.
say what you see. If you see it, say it.
Right. Well, mine had a youth career, unlike Dave's choice.
Correct.
Dave's maybe never was a child. Your player.
Oh wow.
Born
Jesus.
an adult. Benjamin Button. Is that right?
Yeah.
1990 to 97, he had a youth career at Olympia Asuncion.
Oh, through me out.
Oh, I've got his.
Merci. Have you?
Yeah, I think I've got yours.
Oh, for goodness sake. Where he continued into his senior career from 97 to 99, playing 24 times and scoring 13 goals, which is a pretty good return, which must have led to a big money move to Bayern Munich in 99 to 2007, 155 appearances, 31 goals. Then went to their second team, Bayern Munich 2, must have fallen out. Hang on, I'm getting confused here because it's gone back in time. So he went in that time. All right, yeah, he must have been shipped off to their second team between 2005 and 2006, scoring 6 goals and playing 6 times, scoring 2 goals. And then in 2007, left the club to go to Blackburn Rovers.
Every child's dream.
That is from the dizzy heights of Bayern Munich to Blackburn, where he played 57 times and scored 23 goals.
Good career. Good career at Blackburn. I remember him fondly.
Yeah, and
Mark
then.
Hughes era.
Then he went to City.
Mark Hughes era City, maybe, as well.
He went to City with Mark Hughes. And 20 games, 3 goals. They went back to Blackburn, loved it that much. In that time, 9 appearances, 0 goals. Then he went to Betis and Malaga, 33, 7, 31, 8 respectively. And then he got signed permanently at Malaga, where he played 43 times with 9 goals. Then he went to Cruz Azul, 10 appearances, 4 goals. Malaga again on loan.
Loved Malaga, didn't he?
Did like Malaga.
It's lovely warm temperature in it, yeah.
17 appearances, 2
lovely
goals.
bookend as well.
And then back to his boyhood club, Olympia Asuncion, where he played 68 times between 2016 and We don't know. He hasn't finished. And 19 goals. So is he still there?
Yeah, and that's good. He's gone back.
Gone back to his roots.
So it's nice, yeah.
It's lovely.
All right,
Do you know
so
who it is?
I mean, I had a thought of who it would be. So I
Yeah.
think it's a striker.
yeah.
But then you said Christmas themed, and I thought...
Yeah, that's what.
Oh, I know, because it's Roque Santa Cruz, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah. Santa Cruz, yeah.
And I am really struggling with mine. I'm trying to think of who I knew that went.
Do you want me to tell you how much Fulham signed him for?
$3
$1 million.
30 tracksuits. Yeah. Mohamed Al Fayed was he was amateur, didn't have to pay a transfer fee, but as a goodwill gesture, bought him for some tracksuits. So his
That amateur club, Rushall Olympics.
And it's Christmas themed. Internationally, England under 21s, 4 appearances, 0 goals. And
I mean,
England,
do you know what? I'm
2
surprised.
appearances.
I hadn't digested this. He has actually got 2 England appearances at centre back.
Give him another position.
Christmas themed.
Yeah.
Christmas.
Yeah. I mean, I've
toys.
gone pun on this. I've given him a
Oh, well, it's not like Santa then.
no.
It's not like Santa Cruz. Yeah.
No, I've given him an inverted commas middle name, and that is.
Hang on. Have you just because if you just made up,
You've
you've
made
given
up
him
his
a
middle
nickname.
name. Yeah, you've given him a nickname.
Yeah, he's got.
It's not Chris Ho 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 Smalling. That wouldn't be Christmas themed.
No, but it intertwines with his surname. So
Okay.
yeah.
Aston Villa to Bolton in the Premier League.
I would more think about his time at Fulham. Big centre back, big head, big.
Breda
Bald.
Hangeland.
He played for England, Dave.
He played for England. That's true. Yeah, that's true.
Good old English name, Brad
Yeah.
Hagen.
It's like Mark Hughes, good old English
Good old
boy.
English name. Yeah. I'll give up. Otherwise, I'll be here all day.
His middle name is Silent.
Knight. Zach Knight.
Yes!
Oh my god.
There we
Zach
go.
Knight. He was dreadful. How did he play twice for England?
Because we were dreadful.
Yeah. Michael Ricketts has played for
Michael
England.
Ricketts has played for England. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good lord.
So there we go.
Bloody hell.
That's
Good wiki file. Good wiki files. Like it.
Mine is obviously made easier because I'm rubbish at it. So that's
I
why.
did very much bad Jack towards I don't want Owen kicking off because he couldn't get it.
Yeah.
Getting
And
it
like
off.
when you went here
Too
last
busy,
time,
he might tear the place up.
when I came the last time to do this, Josh made it really easy. Like I specifically said to him, please don't make the Ricky files too hard because
I put David Beckham on there and he still struggled for 20 minutes. I had to cut that so much out.
yeah, I'm just bad at it.
That's all right. You're all right in the car on the way to Barla.
Yeah, well, yeah. Sure.
Where Dave and I came up with this.
Along with
a
unnamed friends.
Unnamed friends.
Fuckers.
Yeah. Right then. Next up, Josh.
Well, I thought we'd just tie this podcast off with a little talk of the season so far. We find ourselves halfway through the Premier League season, 19 games in, and 19 more to go. And just thoughts on the season so far. We've talked a little bit about the kind of manager, player, and goals of the month. I don't know if you have any thoughts on. I've got kind of player of the season so far. Anybody got any thoughts? I've one thought of mine is Virgil van Dijk.
Yeah, I mean,
If the defence conceded 7 goals and
Exactly.
before he ever came to a club, they conceded
a lot more
50
than
million
7,
goals.
Yeah.
I'm going to put some. I mean, Alisson has also done very well. Had a lot of pressure on his back because of being a big money signing. Finally, clubs are taking the signing of goalkeepers seriously.
But Van Dijk, I think, is going to be one of the shouts.
Yeah,
for
we've said it a lot that they're a Van Dijk injury away from actually being
terrible
tested to see how they're going to be.
That's what it's going to be, isn't it? I've just
Yeah.
realised what's going to happen. They're going to get Van Dijk going to be injured, and this is going to be the season where they could have done.
But
And this will
Van
be
Dijk-
Liverpool's excuse. Oh, if only Van
Van
Dijk
Dijk
hadn't been
would have
injured.
Van
And
Dijk runs into Allison at training.
No,
and they both get knocked
no,
unconscious.
there'll be a player they already dislike a little bit,
Yeah.
injures him in a match, completely accidentally, runs into
Sergio Ramos in the Champions League.
or Ashley Barnes maybe.
Yeah,
Everybody's bastard.
Or
And
Glenn Murray.
yeah,
and a Herrera.
He's an elbow only.
yeah. Oh, we've got lots of
Liverpool
players
fans
flying
hate
out.
and
Yeah,
Herrera, yeah.
your Harry Kane. Oh,
Harry
that's who it
Kane,
is. They
yeah,
hate Harry
Harry
Kane
Kane.
because
From a corner.
he apparently dived. It's like, yeah. What about your own players now, Liverpool fans? Do they dive? Right,
So he
so
looked intently into the microphone. Like the microphone was a Liverpool fan.
yeah, it
Yeah.
might be.
It might
It
be.
even says blue on it. Doesn't it?
Yeah, blue yeti.
Bit of blue, yeah. I'd also throw in Raheem Sterling there. I think he's had a very good season so far.
Yeah.
He's
Very
he's
good.
benefiting from having Pep as his manager, definitely.
Best player in the bottom half.
Best player in the bottom half.
Because then you can't look at you. Oh, you could, yeah.
See-
Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka's been great at right back, to be fair.
He has been very
To be
good.
honest, I'd put Philippe Anderson into that mix. I mean, I know.
You know, in the bottom half.
Well, we're sitting in 12th, so
Are you?
we are.
I thought you were a lot closer to Man United than that.
Well, we are. We're quite close to.
Oh, you don't play, do you? Until
we haven't played
today.
yet, so
Yeah.
we might be sitting in sort of 9th place by the end of today. So,
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, Philippe Anderson been incredible. Well, he took a little time to settle in, but since in the last sort of 4 or 5 games, he's been very.
I'll probably go
attentive.
Callum Wilson.
Yeah,
Bournemouth.
I like that boy.
Yeah. Will he be there in January, or is that Chelsea striker?
Is that
Chelsea's
Palace's striker?
No.
No.
He won't go to Palace.
No?
No.
No, Chelsea wouldn't do that
Chelsea,
either.
no.
I mean, Chelsea did throw a curveball signing Giroud, but I feel like they're going to go big money yeah, or maybe alone. But who else? No one's really.
I mean, like
shone.
Connor Cody's really impressed me at centre back. I think he's been really good for. Like surprisingly, he's not generally been very good standout defender in the league, but coming straight up from the Championship and
Quite like Stuart Armstrong from Southampton.
yeah, he's made a good
He's,
impact. Yeah, especially because he
Come
came
through their
from
youth
Mark
ranks,
Hughes.
hasn't he?
Yeah, but yeah, it's been.
Yeah, I think Wan-Bissaka's a good shout. And
Yeah, Wan-Bissaka's been decent.
it's how long will he stay there? He's a very direct player, just kind of lanky. He's got a gangly kind of fast, very fast running style. Just takes players on. So I think he'll do well for them. It's just whether they can build a better side. If they get a striker in, it could be change the whole shape of their season. Okay, players. What about goal? We mentioned Son's goals. Anything else that stick out? In
Townsend.
Yeah, Townsend.
Townsend's goal is
That Ericsson goal against Everton.
Yeah, with running on
On the run,
same weekend,
volley.
wasn't it?
Same weekend, yeah. He hits that on. It's a volley on the run. He doesn't actually stop running when he hits it. It's really nice. But yeah, Townsend for me, that goal's amazing.
Yeah, I had a young player was Wan-Bissaka. I'll also throw in for young players. We've had Richarlison, who's done very well.
Yeah, he's looked very good.
How old is Richarlison?
21.
Oh wow, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he's very good.
Hard life, isn't
David Brooks, we've mentioned a couple of times in this pod.
he? Yeah, I don't think he would have been up there for young player of the half season until the last few games. But yeah, he's done very well. Yeah,
But we remember how annoying the young player of the season is. It's like you can go up to like 23, and
that's
we spoke last season. We wanted it to
21.
be 21 or kind of rookie of the year. That's their debut season type. Yeah. Declan Rice, I really like Declan Rice.
Yeah,
Maybe Man City will take a chance there and put him. Would you say he's a centre back playing in midfield?
We had this conversation last time, didn't we? Oh, I think he is a centre back playing in midfield. But yeah, they could take a chance there for 70 million.
Well,
which would, I think he's very good.
Realistically, what fee would you reckon would prize him away to another Premier League team?
I think you'd have to pay. I think they'd
Has
have
he
to
got
pay.
a new contract?
Not yet, so you've got some worries there. I think we're just waiting for January to come along and be
sold.
So we can flog other people and then free up cash to buy him a new contract. I don't think there's any doubt that he's going to get it because he's absolutely quality.
Yeah.
But I think something like 30 to 40 million would probably be.
Yeah,
Okay.
I had 30. I had 35 made, right?
Yeah.
And Issa Diop, I'd also
Love
put in.
Issa Diop. He has been incredible.
Really good at the
We
back,
are
yeah.
really going to struggle to hang on to him. He is brilliant.
Signings of the season so far, I think we've mentioned them all. I've got Lucas Torreira down, David Brooks down, Maddison we mentioned, Madison Pereira from Leicester, Alisson, Shaqiri. Anybody else that?
I think Maddison would be mine. I think he's been again coming up from the Championship and
He's looked
untested in the Premier League.
He
Totally.
still looks classy when he's playing the ball.
Yeah,
I think so.
I really like Maddison.
I think for me it'd be Shaqiri. I think he's been.
How much did they pay for Maddison? Was like 15,
Yeah,
16 million or something.
tops 20. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think for price, Shaqiri has got to be up there.
Yeah.
12 million for someone that you know is good in the Premier League, and it was just Liverpool didn't have any competition. That's what was weird about it.
It's surprising,
Well, that
isn't
we
it?
heard about.
Yeah.
that we heard about,
He
but-
knows what goes on behind.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There's been.
Yeah, we covered goal. Flop. We've mentioned a couple of flops. I've called out Kovacic as a flop. I've mentioned Fred, Jordan Ayew. I'd also throw Naby Keita in there as well.
I saw that in your notes. I wouldn't, because Klopp has a way of dealing with new transfers where he doesn't chuck them straight in. So
Well,
I think
yeah.
Naby Keita, you could arguably call him a flop this year, but I don't think you've seen enough of him to call him a flop, and I think he'll come good in the next period or next season.
Bet him 20 quid. Double or quits for your title challenge.
No, I don't. I think he'll come good.
Yeah.
I think he's currently a flop.
Okay.
I think he.
For the price they paid.
Yeah, the amount of time they've had.
And they brought it forward, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think he's seen little bits of him. He's done very well, and like he started. I mean, he had a few games early on in the season, kind of driving forward and showed, but he's not really had much about him for the last
true.
few weeks. So I think he definitely will. I don't really doubt he'll come good, but at the moment he's a slow burn. And then finally, I threw in team of the season. I don't think there's too many competitors for this. I'd say for me, it is Liverpool as the team of the season so far.
Yeah, I mean, I'm loath to admit, but Spurs look quite good as well. But Liverpool got to be the team of the season, haven't they? To concede 7 goals.
That's ridiculous.
That's a mad stat, isn't it?
Best ever at this point, isn't it? With Chelsea
Probably on
under
Mourinho's
Mourinho,
side, yeah.
And to be 19 games and to what
Something like
scored
about 5 games ago, they were
40 odd goals.
3 points behind City and about 15 goals behind them goal difference.
Yeah.
You know,
2 losses for City. It's
I think you've got to put a shout out to Leicester. With everything that's happened, I think you've got to put a shout out to Leicester to say they've been performing very well this season.
They have been surprisingly well, actually.
Yeah, I mean,
Bournemouth are very hit and miss for me. Bournemouth have such a capacity to have a thrashing in them. Like a thrashing Spurs game. Like,
yeah,
that's why I'm hesitant to put Eddie Howe in there as a top 6 potential manager, because he has a real capacity to let his teams get absolutely hammered. It's like, where's the game management there?
Yeah, okay, yeah, I can understand that. I mean, all right. So one question for you guys and the listeners. This will be a good one for the listeners. If your club has to sign one position, what is it?
So my club being
Tottenham, West Ham, Man United, and then the listeners, whoever they support.
Defensive midfield.
Okay.
We are linked with Gary Medel.
I say Gareth Barry.
I didn't mind Gary Medel.
He's 31, which is a pity, but then supposed to have experience.
He's a dirty little bastard.
Isn't he? But him and Declan Rice together, filthy, classy together.
Would he be too dirty for the Premier League? Took up too many yellow cards, suspended all the time.
Remember he had a season with Cardiff?
Wasn't it? Yeah. And he was suspended a lot.
Yeah, they got relegated.
So,
yeah.
Interesting. Josh?
Central midfield. We are lacking in central midfield. So we only 2 central midfielders have got fit, like senior players, are Sissoko and Winks, who've done really well over the last few weeks.
Well, Ericsson.
Well, he's more of an attacking midfielder. He's had to drop in at times, but Dyer had his appendix out, is out injured, and question marks overall around. Can he be at top level?
No.
Yeah. Mr. Dembele's been out injured ever since that Wolves match where he got his ankle done in, and
his contract's out at the end of the season.
Yeah,
he's out of contract, isn't he?
Yeah, there's rumours of him fancying a little bit of time in China, that one last big contract. So I'd sign for the future. It's never going to happen, but I'd sign that next big, outstanding central midfielder to move the ball forward. Kind of a Dembele replacement is what I'd do.
Nainggolan?
No, he's not got the temperament and professionalism that Poch would require for a player. I'd be kind of be Tanguy and Dombele, and if in Dream World, it'd be Frankie De Jong would be my dream players. But yeah, we won't sign anyone. Probably just sign Jack Grealish. The problem we do have is that we are lacking. Amazingly, we're lacking homegrown players, especially for Champions League. We would have to sell. Yeah, we would have to sell foreign players to bring in another foreign player now.
Oh wow!
Like Juan Foyth, who
Argentinian.
Yeah, Argentinian. He's not in the Champions League squad because we haven't got a place for him. Because like Ben Davies and Eric Dyer aren't considered homegrown.
Well, Eric Dyer was Sporting Lisbon.
Yeah, it is annoying. Like he's an English international. He lived here for a period of time. It seems. I know it's a letter of law in a sense, but it does seem somewhat ridiculous. That he's not.
Fabregas is sort of thing. Yeah.
Okay. And Ben Davies being Welsh, isn't?
Yeah.
Which is like, I mean, I'm going all Paul Inson here, but yeah, he's Ben Davies seems
a bit odd, doesn't it?
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
You then, Dave?
Annoyingly, I'd probably say centre back, even though
it's got to be centre back.
I don't agree with Mourinho's when Mourinho was like, "Oh, we need a centre back because the rest I've got is shit." That's not how you sell it to the team, because that's just going to destroy confidence. But yeah, seeing the difference it's made with Liverpool, with Van Dijk, and even with Alderweireld coming back for Spurs, he seems to have made a bit of an impact again and made the difference. So I'd probably say centre back, but I have no idea who I want it to be. I'd like to see the centre backs we've got given a go. I mean, we're not unlikely to get relegated, unlikely to get Champions League. So why don't we just use the rest of this season to actually try and get a partnership between Bailly and Lindelof, Jones and Lindelof, Smalling and Lindelof? I would sell Jones. That's what if we got a sell to buy someone else, I would ship Jones off the wage budget, keep Smalling as a backup, and buy a new centre back.
Harry Maguire.
I can't see him selling.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind Harry Maguire, but I can't see Leicester selling him for an extortionate amount. I think there's more chance of getting Alderweireld because he still hasn't signed a new contract with Spurs. And Levy might want to cash in before losing on a free. So
it's not for the future, though, is it?
No, that's the issue. And I don't know who's in the youth team defensively, because all you hear about from youth team players is who's good attacking and who gets the goals. So it's a tough one. Centre back, but I have no idea who. No idea who I really want to get. So,
all right.
Yeah.
Well then,
Christmas special done.
tick.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. Well, you can find us on Twitter at Football Talk, but remember,
There's no A in football.
you can see us on SoundCloud and YouTube if you search Football Talk. We're the first ones that come up on there, so that's very nice.
Yeah.
Thank you all for your listeners and your contributions. Let us know for transfers and player of the season, young player of the season, and everything we've talked about. And if there's anything we've missed, just let us know. But from me, Dave, it's thank you and goodbye.
And from me, goodbye.
And from me, goodbye.
Cheers. We're out. Hello and welcome to Football Talk, the football podcast with myself.